Good evening, everyone. We are back again here on the WTP Sports Dudes channel with our look forward or look ahead, I guess, preview for the upcoming NASCAR Cup Series this weekend down in Austin, Texas at Cota, Circuit of the Americas. Really cool racetrack. It's got a big, huge elevation. Coming off the straightaway, you go up a hill, 200, I think it's 240 feet. May not be that high. I have to go back and double check, but it's a good ramp up and then into a sharp left. So chaotic turn one off restarts and everything. And when the pack's all jumbled up, can be a little crazy there. So going through the schedule for it, the NASCAR Cup Series, we're going to start Saturday, the 28th of February, 10 a.m. East. All these times will be Eastern time. Pretty early in Texas, 9 a.m. over there, but 10 a.m. East is practice. You can watch that on Prime Video. At 11:10, they will do qualifying also on Prime Video. Then they will, that'll set your field. Now, the way it's done different than you've seen in the past couple weeks where it's been single car qualifying. It's going to be groups, group one and group two. How the groups are set is points and finish in the previous race. So there's a metric NASCAR uses to weight that stuff. And, you know, they start and they crank up and they go from the person with the lowest score is in group two and all the way up. And then the person with the highest score, obviously, is in group one. Well, the reason it's done, and it makes a big difference. Group two always seems to have an advantage, no matter what track we're at. Doesn't necessarily so much at the road courses, but it has a little bit of one. So you want to pay attention to that. But at the other tracks, the oval tracks, it definitely has a big advantage. You want to be in group two on those kinds. So we'll keep an eye on it and see where it goes on. On Sunday, 3/1, March 1st, we're going at 3:30 is the race. And we're going to go 20 laps for stage one, 25 for stage two, and 50 for the final stage. So a total of 95 laps. Doesn't seem like a lot when you consider we just ran, 267 at Echo Park Speedway. But when you take into consideration Echo Park is 1.5 miles and Cota they're running a 2.4 mile course. That's actually shortened from what they used to run, which was a 3.4 mile. It was a 20-turn 3.4 mile for the first, I think, 4 years. Yeah, 4 years of it being contested. Last year, they cut off the whole back section to make it more technical. And so now they've got a lot more. It's not more turns, it's 17 turns, but they're compacted into pretty much a mile less difference. So you're going to go a 17-turn, 2.4 mile course coming up this weekend. Your players to watch. Christopher Bell won this race last year. This was the second of his 3 in a row he won. We're actually got a shot for 3 in a row this with Tyler Reddick, who's won the Daytona 500 and the Echo Park Auto Trader 400. Nobody in the history of NASCAR has ever won the first 3 races of the season. People have won 3 in a row, just not the first 3. So if Reddick can pull it off, that'll be history being made. But that being said, you've got some heavy hitters. Reddick is pretty good on road courses too, so there's a plus there. But Shane Van Gisbergen, Connor Zilisch, even Kyle Busch has been known to do pretty good. He led most of this race last year. You've got some road course guys who are really, really good. Ryan Blaney does pretty good at these. I wouldn't say he's one to watch, but he would definitely be a sleeper pick in a race like this. Chris Buescher is another one. But smart money is going to be on Shane Van Gisbergen or Connor Zilisch. That's just how it's going to be. They're both racing in the O'Reilly series also. So they're going to go head to head in that series, and they'll go head to head in the Cup series. They both race for Trackhouse Racing, so they're both on team. But it's going to be interesting to see the battle between those two, because those are probably two of the best road course racers in NASCAR right now. And Connor Zilisch is young, so that's going to be really interesting to see how he can compare with Shane on the road course in a Cup car. So that's what we're going to focus on this week. Those are some names to watch, and some track stuff. They are going to implement the track limits again, where it'll be in turn 6, maybe some other spots too, but I know for sure turn 6 was 6A, I think was the big spot last year, where people were cutting the corner with 4 tires off of the track. Well, they're going to enforce that more this year. And if you do, then you have to pretty much go to the back section of the track, do a stop, and then a go, and then catch back up to on the track. So you're doing that at turn 6, and you kind of snake the track around, and then you get your stop, and then you come back and join around turn 14. So doesn't necessarily penalize you as much as a trip down pit road, but it's still pretty much a penalty, and not one you want to have, because it can put you far behind. So road course racing isn't my favorite. I've gotten to watch it a little bit more and like it a little more, but it's still not my favorite thing. But I'm going to tune in and watch, because I really want to see the battle between Zilisch and Shane Van Gisbergen. So that's all we got for this. We have our, let me get them going here. We got that one. Get my banner going down here. We got our banners down here at the bottom with all of our, some people that sponsor us and stuff too. But really what we want to do is hit this, and this will be your channels for the WTP Sports Dudes, all the different ones we have, where you can go tune in, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll be known when things are posted to our YouTube channels and stuff like that. And we go live. In fact, they'll be going live tonight in about 30 minutes on the channel, discussing some NBA stuff. So go like, subscribe. We do have something coming in the future for everybody, so stay tuned to all the channels. We're working on a website where we can post all of our stuff too. So we'll see how all that gets going, and we'll give y'all more details. Just keep tuned into the channels, and we'll let y'all know when it's live, whatever's going on. So other than that, we're recording this on Wednesday at 7 p.m., 7 to 10 p.m. in the East here, and I'll probably be dropping another one of these maybe Saturday morning, Saturday afternoonish, after qualifying, and kind of go through the qualifying list and everything again for the Cup Series. So other than that, I hope everybody has a good night, and stay tuned, and we'll see y'all later.